Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, like this video and press the bell icon. With Laravel 11, many aspects of middleware have changed, including how you register it. In this video, you will learn what middleware is in Laravel, how to create middleware, how to assign it to routes, and how to assign aliases to middleware. First, let's understand what middleware is in Laravel. Let me give you a real-world example. Imagine you're organizing a concert, and there's a security team at the entrance. Their job is to ensure that only people with valid tickets can enter. When someone arrives, the security team checks their ticket. If it's valid, they let them in; if not, they turn them away. In Laravel, middleware functions like that security team. It acts as a gatekeeper, filtering incoming requests to your application. Before a request reaches its intended destination, like a specific route or controller, the middleware can inspect it and decide whether to allow it to proceed or block it. Let's get started. In this video, I will use Laravel new command to install Laravel 11. When using the Laravel new command, it will prompt you to install Laravel Breeze, so you don't have to install it separately. Additionally, you will see a prompt to choose a database for your application. On the other hand, if you install Laravel using the composer create command, the default database will be SQLite, and you will need to install Laravel Breeze separately. Before proceeding, make sure that you have installed Laravel installer globally using the command composer global require Laravel/installer. If you want to install Laravel using the composer create command and then install Laravel Breeze, click the I button to watch the video. Go to the directory where you want to install Laravel 11. Right-click and select Open in Terminal. Type the command, Laravel new, your project name, and press Enter. Now you will see a prompt asking if you would like to install a starter kit. We will use Laravel Breeze, so type Breeze and press Enter. Now you will see a prompt to select Breeze stack. We will use Blade with Alpine, so type Blade and press Enter. Now you will see a prompt for dark mode, type Yes and press Enter. Next you will see a prompt for testing framework, type 0 for PEST or 1 for PHP unit. Now for GitHub repository, type No and press Enter. It will take some time to download, depending on your internet connection, so please wait for the download to complete. Next, you will see a prompt to choose database for your application. We will use MySQL, so type MySQL and press Enter. Now for database migrations, type No and press Enter. Now type CD your project name and press Enter to navigate to the project directory. Open your project in Visual Studio Code. Open composer.json file. Here you can see PHP version is 8.2, Laravel version is 11.9 and Laravel Breeze version is 2.1. Now we need to create a database for our app. Open.env file. Here you can see the database environment variables. The database name is already set because we used the Laravel new command to install Laravel. We will create a database with the same name, so go ahead and copy this database name. Open XAMPP server and start Apache and MySQL. Go to your browser and open phpMyAdmin. To create the database, click on New. Paste the database name which you have copied and click on Create to create the database. The database has been created. Now we need to migrate the database. Click here and open a terminal. Type the command php artisan migrate and press enter to migrate the database. The migration was successful. Go to your browser, reload the page, and you will see all the tables in the database. Now, let's run our app. In your terminal, type the command npm run dev to compile the front-end scaffolding. Click here and select Command Prompt to open a new command prompt. Type the command php artisan serve to run our app. Go to your browser and navigate to localhost :8000 and you will see Laravel welcome page with login and register links. Scroll down and you will see Laravel and PHP versions. Click on the register link and you will see register page. Enter name, email, password, confirm password and click on the register button to register a user. You will be redirected to the dashboard page. Click here and you will see profile and logout link. Laravel includes many built-in middlewares, so before creating custom middleware, let's take a look at the default middlewares. Open web.php file located inside the routes folder. Here you can see that the auth and verified middleware are applied to the dashboard route. Now, let's see where these default middleware are registered. Open the app.php file located inside the Bootstrap folder. Here you can see with middleware method, which takes a closure with a $middleware parameter. Select middleware, right-click and click on Go to Definition. You will navigate to the middleware.php file located inside Vendor, Laravel, Framework, SRC, Illuminate, Foundation, Configuration folder. Now, press Ctrl+F and search for auth. Click on the down arrow. Here you can see the default aliases function defines all the default middleware aliases like auth, auth.basic, auth.session, cache, headers, can, guest, password.confirm, precognitive, signed, throttle, verified. Open web.php file. Here, the auth and verified middleware are applied to the dashboard route, meaning that the user must be authenticated and their email should be verified. However, the verified middleware will not work because we need to set up the email configuration in the .env file. We will cover this in another video. Before we create our first custom middleware, let's create a migration to add the is_admin column to the users table. Press Ctrl+backtick to open your terminal. Click here and select Command Prompt to open a new command prompt. Type the command php artisan make :migration in double quotes, add is_admin to users table and press enter. The migration file was created successfully. Open the migration file which is located inside the database/migrations folder. Here you can see up and down methods for our migration. The up method is used to modify the users table when the migration is run, while the down method is used to reverse those changes if the migration is rolled back. First, in the up method, use $table, which is an instance of the blueprint class. Then, call the Boolean method to define a Boolean column, specifying the column name as is_admin in single quotes. Next, set the default value to false using the default method, with false in parentheses. Finally, use the after email method to position this new column right after the email column. In the down method, we use the $table instance, which is of the blueprint class. We then call the drop column method to remove the is_admin column from the users table. Now, type the command php artisan migrate to migrate the database. The migration was successful. Go to your browser. Click on the users table. You can see that the is_admin column is added after the email column, and its default value is set to 0. Let's create our first middleware called checkadmin middleware. In your terminal, type the command php artisan make middleware checkadmin middleware and press enter. The checkadmin middleware is created inside app http middleware folder. Open app http middleware folder and you will see the checkadmin middleware file. Here, in the handle method, we will add a condition to check if the authenticated user is an admin. We will check if the authenticated user is not admin, meaning that if the is_admin field in the user table is false, it will immediately stop further execution and return a 403 forbidden error by calling abort 403 function. If the user is an admin, the request is allowed to proceed to the next step with return $next $request. Here, we have use auth user Laravel helper to retrieve the currently authenticated user. Then, we check the is_admin column in the users table, which indicates whether the user is an admin, usually true or false. The exclamation mark in front of it negates the value. So, if the user is an admin, it returns false, and if the user is not an admin, it returns true. Now, let's create admin controller. In your terminal, type the command php artisan make admin controller and press enter. This command will create admin controller class inside app http controllers folder. Open controllers folder and you will see admin controller.php file. Here, we define a method named users that returns a view called admin.users. This means that when this method is called, it will load and display the user's view located in the admin folder. Now we need to create the users.blade.php view file inside the admin folder. While we can manually create this file, let's generate it using a command. In your terminal, type the command php artisan make view admin/users and press enter. This command will create the users.blade.php file inside the admin folder, located in the resources/views directory. Open dashboard.blade.php file. Copy this code and paste it in the users.blade.php file. Replace dashboard with users. Remove this line and add all users. Now, open app.php file located inside Bootstrap folder. In the with middleware function, we register the checkadmin middleware and assign it the alias admin. First, add $middleware, which is an instance of the middleware class. Then, call the alias method and add parentheses. Inside the parentheses, include an array where you define the checkadmin middleware class and assign it the alias admin. Import checkadmin middleware class. Open web.php file. Here we need to add a get route to display the user's view. Add route : get, and inside the parentheses, first add the URI/admin/users in single quotes. Then, add an array. In this array, include the admin controller class and import it. Then, add a comma, followed by the user's method in single quotes. Next, apply the auth and admin middleware. Finally, give this route the name admin.users. When someone tries to access the URL/admin/users, the auth middleware will check if the user is authenticated, and the admin middleware will check if the authenticated user is an admin. If the user is not an admin, they will see a 403 forbidden error page. Go to your browser. Enter email and password and click on the login button and you will be redirected to the dashboard page. Now, try to access the URL/admin/users and you will see a 403 forbidden error page, because the logged-in user is not an admin. Click on the back button to go back and then click on logout link to log out. Now, let's create an admin user using Laravel Tinker. In your terminal, type the command php artisan tinker to open Laravel Tinker. First, create a new instance of the user model and store it in the $admin variable. Assign the string John Doe to the name property of the $admin object. This sets the user's name to John Doe. Next, assign the string john12345@gmail.com to the email property of the $admin object. This sets the user's email to john12345@gmail.com. Then, assign a hashed version of the string john12345 to the password property of the $admin object using the bcrypt function. This sets the user's password securely. Next, set the is_admin property of the $admin object to true. This marks the user as an admin. Finally, call the save method on the $admin object to save the user's data to the table. Now, call the all method on the $admin object to retrieve all records from the users table. This returns a collection of all users. You can see that John Doe is registered as an admin with is_admin set to 1, which represents true. Press Ctrl+C to exit from Laravel Tinker. Go to your browser and reload the page and you will see new user, John Doe with is_admin set to 1. Go to Laravel welcome page and click on the login link. Now, log in with the admin email and password and you will be redirected to the dashboard page. Now, if you try to access the URL/admin/users, you'll see the users page because you are logged in as an admin. This indicates that the checkadmin middleware is working perfectly. Let's add a link to navigate to the users page, but only admins should be able to see it. Open navigation.blade.php file which is inside the layouts folder. Duplicate this div element. Replace dashboard with users. Here, replace dashboard route with admin.users route. Before this link, we check if the currently authenticated user is an admin. If the user is an admin, the user's link will be displayed. Otherwise, it will be hidden. Open dashboard.blade.php file. Duplicate this div element. Here, we check if the currently authenticated user is an admin. If the user is an admin, a message saying you are logged in as an admin is displayed. If the user is not an admin, a different message saying you're logged in is shown instead. Open your browser, and you should see the user's link because we are logged in as an admin. Click on the dashboard link and you will see you are logged in as an admin on the dashboard page. Click on the logout button to log out. Now, click on the login link and log in using Jane Doe's email and password. Since Jane Doe is not an admin, the message displayed is you are logged in and you won't see the user's link. Now, if you try to access the URL/admin/users, you will see a 403 forbidden error page, because the logged-in user is not an admin. Click here to go back to the dashboard page. Let's add another method named categories in the admin controller to display the categories page, which will be accessible only to admin users. Open admincontroller.php file. Duplicate this code. Replace users with categories and admin.users with admin.categories. Right-click and duplicate the users.blade.php file, then rename the duplicate to categories.blade.php. Replace users with categories and all users with create category. Press Ctrl+P and open web.php file. Here, we need to add a route for the categories page, so we will use Middleware Groups to handle both the users and categories routes together. Add route : middleware, then add parentheses. Inside the parentheses, add auth and admin middlewares in single quotes within an array. After that, add the group method, and inside it, add an anonymous function. Cut this admin.users route and paste it inside the middleware group. Remove the middleware from this route since we have already added it in the middleware group. Duplicate this route. In the URL, replace users with categories, then replace the users method with categories, and change users to categories in the route name. Open navigation.blade.php file. Duplicate this div element. Replace users with categories. Here, replace admin.users route with admin.categories route. Go back to your browser. Now, if you try to access the URL/admin/categories, you will see a 403 forbidden error page because the logged-in user is not an admin. The same happens when you try to access /admin/users. Click on the Logout button to log out. Now, click on the login link and log in using admin email and password. You can see that now both the categories and users links are visible. Click on the categories link and you will see the categories page, click on users link and you will see users page. The check admin middleware is working perfectly. Now, let's create another middleware named check account status to manage user account status, specifically for banning and unbanning users. Before creating the middleware, we need to add a new column, named isBanned, to the users table. Let's create a migration. Open your terminal. Type the command, php artisan make : migration, in double quotes, add isBanned to users table and press enter. A new migration file will be created inside database, migration folder. Open this migration file. First, in the up method, use $table, which is an instance of the blueprint class. Then, call the timestamp method to store the timestamp of when a user is banned, specifying the column name as is_banned in single quotes. And it is set as nullable, meaning it can be left empty. Finally, position this new column immediately after the is_admin column using the after is_admin method. In the down method, we use the $table instance, which is of the blueprint class. We then call the drop column method to remove the is_banned column from the users table. Now, type the command php artisan migrate to migrate the database. The migration was successful. Go to phpMyAdmin and reload the page. You will see that the is_banned column has been added after the is_admin column in the users table. The default value of this field is set to null. Now, let's create the middleware. In your terminal, type the command, php artisan make : middleware, check account status and press enter. The check account status middleware is created inside app, http, middleware folder. Open check account status file. In the handle method, first we check if the user is authenticated using auth check method. If the user is authenticated, we then check if the is_banned column in their record is not null, which means the user is banned. If they are banned, we log the user out using auth logout, invalidate their session, and regenerate it for security. Finally, we redirect the user to the login page with an error message that informs them their account has been blocked and advises them to contact the admin. If the user is not banned, the request proceeds to the next step in the application. Open login.blade.php file. Here, before the form tag, we will display the error message. Here, we use the @session directive and pass the error key inside the parentheses. We use @end_session to end this block. Inside, we use $value to display the value of the session variable. Here we check if there is a session variable named error. If it exists, it will display the value of the session variable inside a paragraph element with red text. Now we need to register the middleware in the app.php file located inside Bootstrap folder. Open app.php file. Here, add a comma, then assign the is_banned alias to the checkAccountStatus class. Import checkAccountStatus. Copy this middleware alias. Open web.php file. Add the middleware alias to the dashboard route in a single quote. Go to phpMyAdmin. Here, you can see that in Jane Doe's account, the is_banned column is null, indicating that she is currently not banned. Go back to your app and click on Logout button to log out. Click on Login link and login using Jane Doe's email and password. You can see that we are able to log in as Jane Doe's account is currently not banned. Click on Logout to log out from the app. Go back to phpMyAdmin and add a timestamp to Jane Doe's is_banned column to indicate that her account is banned. A timestamp has been added to Jane Doe's is_banned column. Go back to your app and now try to log in using Jane Doe's email and password. You can see that we are unable to log in, and the error message "Your account has been blocked, contact admin" is displayed. Now, navigate to Register Route and register a new user. Enter name, email, password, confirm password and click on the Register button to register a new user. Click on the Logout button and log out. Now click on Login link and login using new user's email and password. You can see that we are able to log in using the new user's email and password, as this user is currently not banned. Go back to Visual Studio Code. Sometimes you may want to group several middleware under a single key to make them easier to assign to routes. You may accomplish this using the append to group method. Open app.php file. First, comment out this middleware alias. We will add append to group method after the middleware alias. First, add $middleware, which is an instance of the middleware class. Then, call the append to group method and add parentheses. Inside the parentheses, add middleware group name in single quotes. Next, insert a comma, and then add an array. Here, we need to add all the middlewares that we want to group together. First, open web.php file. Remove verified middleware alias as we will not use verified email functionality in this video. Go back to app.php file. Here, we register the authenticate middleware, which is the default middleware, and the checkAccountStatus middleware. Make sure to import both of these middlewares. Copy this middleware group name. Open web.php file. Remove auth and is_ban middleware and paste the auth user middleware group. Go back to your browser. Click on Logout button to log out. Click on Login link and log in using Jane Doe's email and password, whose account is blocked. You can see that we are unable to log in, and the error message "Your account has been blocked, contact admin" is displayed. Now log in using the new user's email and password, whose account is not blocked. You can see that we are logged in and can see the dashboard. Click on Logout button to log out. Click on Login link and log in using John Doe's email and password, who is an admin. You can see that we are logged in as an admin, and both the users and categories links are visible. If you click on these links, both pages are displayed. There is another method called prepend to group, which allows us to add the middleware group name at the beginning of the route. Let's take a look at how it works. Open app.php file. Replace append to group with prepend to group. Open web.php file. Add route : middleware, and inside the parentheses, add the middleware group name. After that, add the group method, and inside it, add an anonymous function. Copy this route, comment it out and paste it inside this middleware group. Remove the middleware from this route as we have already added it in the beginning. Go to our app and click on Logout. Click on Login link and log in using Jane Doe's email and password, whose account is blocked. You can see that we are unable to log in, and the error message "Your account has been blocked" is displayed. Now log in using the new user's email and password and you will be able to log in and see the dashboard page. Now if we try to access the URLs /admin/users or /admin/categories, you will see a 403 forbidden error page. Click here to go back. Now, click on Logout button to log out. Click on Login link and log in using John Doe's email and password, who is an admin. Both the categories and users links are visible and we can access both the pages. You might have noticed that we have used the auth middleware along with the admin middleware alias with the admin routes. Let's see why. Remove auth middleware alias from the admin middleware group. Go to your browser and log out from the app. Now, try to access the URL /admin/users and you will see an error. Attempt to read property is_admin on null. This error occurs because the application is attempting to access the is_admin property on a user object that either doesn't exist or hasn't been authenticated. To prevent this, we use the auth middleware alongside the admin middleware. Go back and revert the changes made in the web.php file. Now, go back to your browser and you will see that we are redirected to login page. If we try to access the URLs /admin/users or /admin/categories, you will be redirected to the login page as we are currently not authenticated. Now, let's see how to specify middleware within your controller class. Until Laravel 10, we used to specify the middlewares in a constructor function. However, with Laravel 11, the controller should implement the hasMiddleware interface, which dictates that the controller should have a static middleware method. From this method, you can return an array of middleware that should be applied to the controller's actions. Go back to Visual Studio Code. Open admincontroller.php class. Here, add implements hasMiddleware to the user controller class and import hasMiddleware. Next, define a static middleware method that returns an array of middlewares that will be applied to all actions within the controller. In this case, we're returning the auth and admin middlewares, ensuring that only authenticated users with admin privileges can access the controller's actions. Open web.php file. Duplicate admin middleware group and comment out the first one. Remove middleware with both the aliases. Here add an array. You can see that both routes share the same route prefix, /admin. So, let's include the admin prefix in the route group configuration. Remove /admin from both the routes. You can see that both route names include the admin prefix. To achieve this, let's add the admin prefix in the array using the as option in the route group. Remove admin dot from both the routes. Go to your browser. Log in using newly registered user's email and password. You can see both the categories and users links are not visible. Now if we try to access the URLs /admin/users or /admin/categories, you will see a 403 forbidden error page. Now go to the dashboard page and click on the logout button to log out. Click on login link and log in using Jane Doe's email and password, whose account is blocked. You can see that we are unable to log in, and the error message is displayed. Now, log in using John Doe's email and password, who is an admin. You can see that we are logged in as an admin, and both the categories and users links are visible. Clicking on these links allows us to access both pages as we are logged in as an admin. In this video, we learned how to create middleware and register it in Laravel 11 to prevent unauthorized access to certain routes. We also covered how to assign middleware to routes and controllers and use middleware groups effectively. Thanks for watching. Please like and share this video and subscribe to my channel. I will see you in next tutorial. Till then, stay safe.